Alright, here at No Reserve we have our all original 94 F250. It's a 4x4 XLT. It's the extended cab with the full 8-foot bed, 460 automatic, clean washing and title with no accidents. It's the color code YY, so it's the white clear coat. It's got a really nice shine to it. No paint work that's evident that we can see. Been around underneath the hood, the door jams. There's no tape lines. You know, you do have your little wear and tear. It's only got a little over 125,000 miles. It's got paperwork in there. In the last couple hundred miles, it's had a little over $3,000 worth of work done, and we'll talk about that in the driving video that we'll do next. But this is going to be kind of an exterior walk around, and then we'll hop in and go for a cruise. So, you know, it's 25 years old. The headlights are still got nice and clear. The corner lights have nice color to them. No condensation on the passenger side, no cracking. Chrome's in really nice shape, still nice and deep, but the coves are, you know, got some little stone chips. You'll get your tiny little stone chips in the chrome there. You get your little stone chips along the bottom. Front bumper's nice, no tweaks or dents. The molding is pulled back a little bit right here. Looks like they caught it at something and chipped the chrome. A little condensation in the driver's headlight. It might have had a bug guard on it at one point because there's a little bit of wear at the top of the grill here, but also the front of the hood is really nice shape. It only has a couple tiny little chips like that. On the top you're gonna have, of course, your little chips. Camera showing a little dark here, so I'll try to come around here, but you'll have your little chips like this, you know, kind of your typical stuff. There's no paint lifting or clear coat issues. It's real common for the back here for it to start flaking right there. Front windshield was just put in. Tires are factory size tires and factory style. They got a ton of tread left, so those have a lot of life in them. You can see even behind the original steel wheels are still nice and shiny. They're not all dirty. The hubcaps are in nice shape. It's got the automatic hubs, so you don't got to worry about getting out. The worst, you know, the only damage really on this truck is looks like they had a door hinge go bad and just maybe neglected it or didn't pay attention, but now it's obviously fixed and shuts awesome and lines up perfect. But it looks like, you know, the door sagged a little bit and they opened it and kind of pinched between the two and did a little bit of damage here, and looks like they trimmed the molding. You know, you have your typical, you know, got a little wear there. Probably had a toolbox or canopy on it. Did some chipping, and you'll see these throughout the pictures. Some little bit of door edge chipping. Polished stainless trim. There's a little bit of chips down here. Did a little damage on this stuff. You can get this for, I think it's about $100 on eBay. Might be a little bit more. Get you little chips here. Kind of your typical use, but it's got a little ding in the bedside here. You know, typical little loading scratches, but a lot less than you'd expect. So that's why I think it probably had a canopy on it. With some chips here. Original decals, never been replaced. You can see this is a 100% rust-free truck, so you can see that, you know, no, this isn't hiding anything. You know, they're going to rust out. They're going to rust out here. They're going to rust out the bottom of the cab corners. You know, this is the smaller trim. Plus, you can see all the underside photos. It's fully set up for a camper with the anchor tie downs and the wiring. Take you around to the back. The back bumper, it's got a couple little bumps and bruises. On this side, it's got a little dent, and then it's got a little ding right here. And the moldings, you know, top pad's got some scuffs. Looks like the trailer popped off the hitch or was too high, dented the bottom of the tailgate a little bit. You have your typical little chips and scuffs on the top of the tailgate. Tail lights are in good shape, no cracks or chips, but they're a little faded. Both bedsides looked like it had probably an anchor put on here or something. So if you wanted to hide it and you were gonna plan on doing like a lift kit, 11 kit, you could put some fender flares on here. I do have the anchors if you want to just put them back on and polish them up and make them look good. You'll get your typical little tiny chips on there, but it's still a great look of truck. The paint's really nice and smooth. It's got a nice gloss to it. You know, the outside door felts are a little bit weather checked and cracked, but again, $35 to the door gets you a set of two. The paint on the top of the passenger fender is a little bit, I don't know, maybe it was in a carport and got a little bit more sun exposure, but it's a little bit more faded right here. And then if you go over to the driver's side, it's got a little bit of fading right around here, and then there's a little bit of scratches and cracks in the paint here, a little bit of chips there, a little bit of wear from something up here. So we'll go ahead and take you on the inside. The inside's in really nice shape. It's a non-smoker. You know, it's only got a little crack in the vinyl over there. It's all original, even got the factory stereo. Door panels are in really nice shape. Paint in the doors are nice. You know, no rust. You got your original decal there. You know, this is common, though, kind of the corner will peel back a little bit, but the decal's all there. You know, no rust, just a little entry wear. It's got the bully steps to help you get in. Seats in excellent condition, no cigarette burns, no holes, no tears, no real entry wear, nothing, just a little bit worn right here, but it's still good material. It's not pulling back or anything. Underneath the mats, you know, it's a little discolored on the driver's side. You know, you have a little darkening right underneath the seat area, you know, where the mat doesn't cover right here. And then the back, it looks like maybe somebody put something in metal and that was a little rusty, put it in this area. But the rear seat's in nice shape. Headliner doesn't have any sag or anything. Visors are looking good. The rear of the seat's got a couple little scuffs here in the vinyl, but this still works. A lot of times this is broken. Steering wheel's in nice shape, but it's a little bit worn at the top where you kind of 12 o'clock position. The silver's a little worn here. So I'll take you around to the passenger side, and then we're gonna go ahead and hop in and go do a driving video. All right, so here's the, you know, little over $3,050 for work done. It was exhaust manifolds, a bunch of front end work, and I'll kind of talk about that as in the ad and in the driving video. You see the carpet's in good shape. Mats that cover it match all the way around. Door panels in good shape. Again, these are faded. This is just a common thing of this era of truck. For some reason, it's got a little bit of kind of wear on the paint there, a little bit of surface rust. Nice shape. You get back, and again, you'll see that little orange area. It's like they had a piece of metal or something. So you might be able to scrub that out or get a steam cleaner. Seat's in nice shape, and it folds down all the way. So go ahead and pop the hood, and it's got 460, and like I was saying, the exhaust manifolds were done. So you got no leaks, you know, oil change was done, coolant breaks, just a bunch of stuff. Basically all the maintenance items to bring it up to specs. You see under the hood's really nice and clean. You know, nothing aftermarket, nothing messed with. So alright, it's full tune up, all that stuff was just done. So alright, this is going at no reserve, 125,000 original mile, 94 F250 4x4. Alright, here we are in a run and driving video of our 94 F250 with 125,000 miles. You see the headlights and the turn signals and the corner lights are nice and bright and clear. 460's running just nice and smooth. No exhaust leaks, no motor mount issues, no belt squeal, ticking, knocking, shaking, anything. It's running nice and clean. The exhaust, so exhaust manifolds were done. The exhaust was replaced not too long ago. You can see they got rid of the dual tip factory setup, and it's got a nice little deep little kind of idle to it. I forgot to mention on the other video, so it is missing this guy, but you can get those for really cheap on eBay. Cargo light's working. I got the cargo light on, so because the dome light I have on, so you guys, it's getting a little late in the day, so hopefully you guys can see everything all right. I'll go ahead and turn the overdrive off. Power windows work nice, you know, door locks, of course they go all the way down. Both fly windows are nice and tight. I mean, you got to give them pressure. They're not going to be flapping in the wind. The stereo is the original stereo, but I'm not sure what happened. It all of a sudden is stuck on tape mode, but there's no tape in there, so I was trying to find a tape and stick it in there and then eject it, and hopefully that would fix it. Ashtray's not all hanging down. You know, a lot of these used smoker trucks, they get wore out and they're just hanging. Blower motor works good. AC was this service, blows ice cold. The heater works really good. You can hear the blend door work properly and move around. The receipts, you know, there's $3,000 done on pretty much all preventive maintenance. I'll go ahead and, you know, you got your point here for charging up your phone. Obviously you got the foot off and the e-brake light on. The fuel tank is, we're on the rear, it's about 3/4 full. Front is pretty close to empty, but if you're not familiar with these trucks, they got different sending units, different fuel pumps. Both fuel pumps and sending units are working good and reading correctly. So, you know, basically the AC was serviced, the brakes were done, the exhaust manifolds were done, had a full tune-up, serpentine belt, power steering was flushed, you know, obviously the brakes were flushed and the brakes were done, tranny was serviced, and, and I'll put it all in the ad of what exactly, there was a bunch of stuff that was done to it. You know, fuel filter, pretty much all your maintenance was addressed and brought up to date, and that was just a couple hundred miles ago. You can see the truck's really nice and smooth. A lot of people ask about this overdrive off. I just turn it off to show how it works correctly. It's really owner preference. Some people choose, if you're doing under 25 or under 45 miles an hour or towing or you're in stop and go traffic, they like to have that overdrive off to just keep the wear and tear out. So it's just kind of a preventive, but it's owner, you know, you can just simply just get in and never mess with it and just not have to worry about it. And that's perfectly fine too. So I'm gonna get out on the highway here, do some highway speeds, and then I'll jump off and go on a little back road and kind of show you the rattling. It is getting a little late, but at least you can see the dash lights working, the dome lights working, all the stereo lights working. All the heater controls working and stuff, and in the other video we were able to go around the truck pretty good. So I'm just gonna kind of take off here at quarter throttle. You see it's nice upshift into third. So it is starting to rain here a little bit. The battery died on the GoPro, so I had to start her up this morning. I got it all up to temperature and everything. With the wipers going, it's raining a little bit today, but so we'll go ahead and turn the cruise control on. You can see the foot's off of the gas pedal. We're doing good here. Looks like I got to get you guys a new set of wipers, so when you get it, it'll have a brand new set on there. So I guess there is some advantages to it raining a little bit. You can see, you know, how well they work and everything like that, so we know to replace them. I'll go ahead and turn the overdrive off here again. You can see the RPMs kick up. You know, hopefully you can see the nice reflection on the hood. But go ahead and just do it like regular. Just cruising down the highway. You punch it, downshifts nice and quick. So it's really nice on the highway. You can see the steering wheel isn't moving all over the place. It's not shaking. Brakes really nice and smooth and straight. So I'm going to take you on this side road down here because it's got some bad patches and some potholes, so you can see, you know, the truck's nice and tight. I'm going to go through some tight 90-degree S-curves so you can see the steering box and, you know, tie rods and ball joints are all nice and tight. You know, these a lot of these trucks, these older vehicles you get where people have been into the dashes or taking the door panels off and done speakers or done modifications, you know, they break some of the clips, don't fix them, they don't put all the screws back, or you got mismatched screws. It can be just kind of a nightmare. But here's all the potholes. And you can hear it just soaks them up nice and solid. There's another patch. Got a patch coming up here. You know, you don't get that dash rattle, the door panel rattle. You floor it, nice downshifts. But when this comes in the 90-degree corner, you're going to see that the steering box, when the road straightens out, it wants to straighten out as much as it can automatically, which is a good sign. You know, it gives you good resistance going through. You can see all these bumps. You know, it's just a nice, solid drive. You know, you don't get any additional wind noises. You know, these trucks don't have the best aerodynamics from the factory anyway, so they always have a little bit of wind noise, but you don't have any more, you know, from worn out seals or anything like that. gonna come into a nice tight 90 here. There's a little pothole. You'll see the truck kind of shake around and move. It's just a really nice, tight old truck. You know, it's really clean. One thing I did forget to mention in the other video is it does have a little crack on the dash bezel right underneath the shift indicator. It's really hard to see, but it's just right there. So we got another tight 90 here. You can see it's just got good resistance, and it'll want to return to center automatically. You know, you're not fishing down, you know, the steering wheel. I'm not driving like this trying to find center. The front end's really tight. It's just a really nice run drive truck, ice cold AC. So all right, it's good luck, and it's going to know